I'm Kelly, your Friday Fisketeer. I'm number 6558, and thanks so much for letting me be your Friday Fisketeer. A little bit about myself. I live in Wisconsin. Moved to a very small town in Wisconsin about 7 years ago, Hortonville, Wisconsin. Population of hopefully 3,000 after this new the new census that they had. I'm married to my high school sweetheart of 32 years. We have 2 adult daughters, neither of which live nearby at all. Our youngest daughter, Samantha, is also Fisketeer. She's Fisketeer number 63, I think it is. She's the one that got me into being a Fisketeer, and I thank her often for that. I also have 2 grandsons, thanks to Samantha, ages 2 and 4, and I know you've seen them on the gallery a lot. I talk about them a lot. So anyway, let's get into crafting. I first started crafting pretty much when I was married. We went to college, lived in married student housing and in Michigan, and lived near my grandmother. She was the one who taught me how to sew. So that's pretty much my first crafting experience. I love sewing. I sewed clothes for our daughters. I like sewing home deck things. I like doing gifts of sewing. That's pretty much what I do now. I did sew the baptism gown for our first grandson, and I made it out of my wedding dress. So that was really special. But now I don't sew clothes too much. I sew, like I said, I like to sew gifts for other people. This is one of the gifts that I'm doing lately that I really enjoy making. Kitchen towel. Take a kitchen towel, gather it in half or even fold it. Take a pot holder, put that on halfway, sew it down, put a button on it, and there you go. You can put it on your oven door or, a handle, and there you go. So many fun kitchen towels out there that you can make these with. At Christmas, I also made makeup bags, or this one is a perfect size for your Kindle. And these are all made out of serging. If you remember, Rebecca did a thing on the blog, the Fisketeers blog, about sergers, because people hadn't heard them before. This is all made out of a serger. You can see there's the serging. Even the zipper is put on by a serger. So simple. If you're afraid of zippers, use your serger. Perfect for getting zippers in. So anyway, and I like making things that are functional too. This is always by my sewing machine or even over in my paper crafting area. You can see your pins can go in it, and then all my threads go in here when I'm sewing. Perfect, especially serger threads are wonderful. I was a Fiskars lover long before I was a Fisketeers. Look at all of my Fiskars scissors that I have, and all of these I had before I was a Fisketeer. So I've been in love with Fiskars forever. Now I'd like to share with you my other crafting passion with fabric. I'm a quilter. I started quilting about 18 years ago. So join me and I'll show you some of my quilts. I used to do country quilting. That was the decor of the home that we lived in at that time. So when I started quilting, everything was country. Then we moved here, and we needed something on this wall, and I thought a quilt would be perfect with batiks, and so this one is kind of my pride and joy. It was something totally different than I've ever done, so I'm really proud of it. I think I forgot to tell you, we are huge Packer fans. When we moved here, we only lived 20 miles south of the Packer Stadium. We have season tickets for the Packers, so in '96, when they went to the Super Bowl, I had to make this quilt because, like I said, we are proud Packers, and they won the Super Bowl. Also, another one, usually most of my quilts I give away, so another one that I do have is this one. My parents were celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary, and we were also celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary. So I made this quilt, one exactly like it for them, and one for us. Like I said, my quilts I give away, so most of them I don't have, but that's a few that I do have here. Now let's go back into my craft room and I'll quick share one more passion with you. Okay, thanks for coming back in my craft room. I always was a fabric crafter. Then about 12 years ago, I was invited to a Stampin' Up! Party. That's when my love for paper crafting started. I like to make cards, and that was pretty much what I made. You can see over here, I found a craft rack, a card rack that I got at the garbage, believe it or not, and that's where I keep all my cards. Then I started getting into altering items and again making gifts. I really like making gifts. So recently what I like to do are make these magnets. There's a magnet here and there's a magnet also here. So this is magnetic. You can put an embellishment here like a flower, anything, but this is chipboard. And then inside you have a notebook. Some people will put pens in there too, but this makes a really nice, easy, fun, quick craft. I've also been making bookmarks. Here's a bookmark, again, using magnets. How many of you get magnets all the time in the mail or at stores? Save them. Don't throw them away. Use a round circle paper cutter. Punch them out. A circle puncher, and as you can see, or maybe not because this is black up against black, but magnet for that. And what I do is take these computer disc holders, CD holders, take out that colored insert. I like to put 3 of them in here. You close them up. Usually they're matching better, but and you put them in here and give it as a gift. You can put ribbon around it, a tag or anything, or even give it like this. But that's another fun gift that I like to make. That's basically it for sharing my craft ideas. My favorite crafting day would have to be spending it with Fiskars. I would give anything to spend 24 hours with some of the wonderful Fiskateers I've met. On the blog, I have not met a Fiskateer in person except my daughter, so I would love to have 24 hours to craft or go shop hopping, anything with real Fiskateers. So maybe this, United States of Fiskateers, maybe my craft dream day will finally come true. And last but not least, here are some of my favorite quilt paper crafting items that I can't do without as Fiskars. I love my 2 cutters. You can see, I have these out all of the time. Couldn't live without them, along with border punches. You know that. Fiskars make such awesome tools. Can't do without them. So thank you very much for letting me be your Friday Fiskateer. I've really enjoyed it. Now you know a little bit more about me. See you on the blog.